there is no greater disappointment than Pacific Rim Uprising. Hey, how you doing? Scavenger Reviews here, and I have never been more let down from a movie than the sequel to Pacific Rim. Because this is my copy of Pacific Rim. It is amazing. I saw it peak when it came out. I didn't get to see it in theaters. Oh man, that must have been an experience. If you got to see it in theaters, dude, so jelly. Anyways, this is my copy of it on Blu-ray, however, because that's how I watched it first, or maybe I watched it on DVD first, but anyways, I watched it home release, what I'm getting at. And it was incredible. Oh my goodness. 2014 was a year, man. You had the 2014 Godzilla movie, and then Pacific Rim, which Pacific Rim is a better movie than Godzilla 2014, if you ask me. And then there was nothing. It was quiet for a while, I heard rumors here and rumblings there, but nothing really too much. And then Pacific Rim Uprising got announced. And we were back. We were back, baby. We were back, Yeah, whoo, boy. We are back in the kitchen, and we are ready and watching this movie when it comes out. And then you get a trailer, and you're like, okay, it looks kind of so-so, okay. And then you get a second trailer, and then a third trailer, and then the movie comes out. And you know how there's some movies where you watch it, you think, man, this was a fun time, and the movie captivates you enough that it's not till afterwards that's when you realize, hey, wait a second, that movie was shit. For instance, just because I'm looking at it right here, Batman v Superman. The movie was good enough in the moment to captivate me and keep me interested to where I didn't notice all of the bad things. Because, see, my mom, I talked to her about it, and she says I'm, fake, and I'm just letting the internet make up my opinions for me. And no, I'm not letting the internet make up my opinions for me. It's more just, they pointed out everything wrong, Where I watched it, and out of the theater, I was happy, I was like, okay. And then you think about that movie for more than 5 seconds, and what it all does, and what it represents, and it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. There's very few movies, especially very few movies I own, that make me angry, to where I watch it and I'm like, this is fucking bullshit, and I start complaining this and that to, my imaginary people, I guess. I don't know. But Batman v Superman was one of those for me. Pacific Rim Uprising, here's my copy of Pacific Rim Uprising, by the way. That's what the front of the box looks like, back of the box. Let me open it up. That's what this looks like. It didn't even get me in the theater, man. Like I said, there's bad movies that'll, distract you enough. It was so bad that I wasn't even, in the theater. I was let down, bro. Very few movies have done that to me. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, X-Men Dark Phoenix, Pacific Rim Uprising. That's about it. That I can think of off the top of my head. There's probably more. But anyways, I don't own, I do own X-Men Dark Phoenix because I bought all the X-Men movies. I own Batman v Superman because I bought all the DC movies at one point. I don't have them all now that there's, a whole bunch more. Fuck. Fake fan. Or I guess real fan? Or fake fan? I don't know. Poser? Whatever you want to call me. But I don't own Pacific Rim Uprising. I know it's a mistake. I know I shouldn't. But curiosity killed the cat. I have been tempted to go back and watch it now and, try to watch it with a new lens and think, oh, was I too harsh on this? But it's such a bad movie, man. I mean, complete, total recall on the whole theme, spirit, the energy, whatever and everything you want to call it. I've never seen a movie just completely fall on its face from such a running start, Like Pacific Rim. This Pacific Rim is one of those movies, man. And I'm not like a super fan. I didn't watch I mean, I didn't read the tie-in comics. I didn't, study every single thing. I'm just like a average Joe fan, of Pacific Rim specifically. I like this one movie, and that's it, you know? But, and I don't even have, like, for all of my action figures and my toys and my collectibles, I don't even have a single Pacific Rim thing. I bought one Pacific Rim action figure, and I gave it away because it was Gypsy Avenger and not Gypsy Danger. And it was mislabeled as Gypsy Danger on eBay. Like I don't necessarily think it was a scam. Like I think it was more like, person didn't know what because they gave it away for like $15 in Blood Buddy. That was like a $40 figure. So I don't think they knew what they had. But so that kind of makes me the whatever, but I don't care. Judge me. But no, I gave it away to my brother. I was like, I don't want this shit. This is Gypsy Avenger. This is second movie. I don't want no second movie rep in this house, especially if it's my only Pacific Rim rep. I don't want no Pacific Rim rep for Pacific Rim Uprising 2. Brother, no. But I mean, these movies are night and day. You watch this first one, and it feels real. Like, not real, and but it feels realistic. The robots, and I'm not gonna say anything, if you were hoping to get some new opinion, you can click off now. Thanks, Scavenger Reviews out. But, no, I'm not going to say any new opinion that hasn't been said already 20,000 times. But it felt realistic. The robots, they weren't just robots, the Jaegers, they had weight to them. They had realism to them. The movie, like, is the plot the strongest? No, not really. I mean, the plot's kind of your typical whatever, but it's like what they do in it. And it's the feeling of it. And the feeling of this isn't an American movie. This isn't a Japanese mech movie. This is a humanity movie. And I mean, it's admittedly kind of an American movie because, like, 90% of the cast is American, despite having a whole bunch of not American people. I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, I'm just saying, you feel for humanity. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Green Goblin. that's the spirit it conveys. Is early 2000s unitedism, however you say that. And oh my god, that soundtrack, brother. That soundtrack. I mean, there's a reason it's in, like, every video ever, where they, do this or do that and talk about it. And every video that talks about Pacific Rim does the... It's so great. I don't even care that, grown-ass man, by the way, humming the Pacific Rim theme, because it's that peak, I don't even care. Hey, beautiful. Anyways, and again, I just wanted to say, all of that preamble aside, going in to watching Pacific Rim Uprising, I went to the theaters with my brother, and even in the theater, like I said, I wasn't hooked. I mean, I am like a huge, again, I'm not even a huge Pacific Rim fan, I just really liked the first movie. It just, it's kind of like, yay, and then yay, and then yay, and then, okay, exactly, it's the fridge meme, because, what is this, what happened, and I kind of remember feeling a little, like, whatever about it, because I was seeing the trailers, and I was like, this seems odd, but I was, like, wanting to give it a fair shot, you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You can't judge a movie by its trailer, you should watch the movie, and I did. And it sucks. It's so bad. It's so bad that if they ever make a Pacific Rim 3, I want them to completely negate it. Just do like soft reboot, you know, like in the same universe but completely different story or whatever, or full reboot. Do a full reboot. Why not? Go for it, bro. You know, because clearly the bridge has been burned. You're not getting anything. You're not getting any goodwill back. And even if you do a reboot, like what even is there at this point? And I personally probably wouldn't really care at that point. It killed the franchise, you know? Because there's bad movies that do really bad. Like another movie that came out in 2014. A lot of movies came out that year. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? The Michael Bay produced ones from. It was from 2014, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It was awful, bro. It was so bad. Okay? But see, with that movie, and Pacific Rim and TMNT, specifically the live action ones, well, specifically the Michael Bay ones, have like the opposite story, you know? Because, and I've been saying this for years, but TMNT 1, as in 2014, sucks. That movie is absolutely abhorrent. It's garbage. It's a horrible time. It is not fun as a TMNT fan. It is not fun as a general fan. It feels like embarrassing to show it to people, you know? It's kind of like showing someone like a, you know, show you like, you know, for instance, like I like TMNT. It's like showing someone a show you like, but then it's like the worst episode. I wish I had an example, but I don't watch that much TV. But I'm just saying, it's like showing someone, I like Family Guy, you know, sue me. A lot of people don't like Family Guy, but I like Family Guy. It's like showing them the Hurricane episode, you know, as their first ever introduction to Family Guy, showing them the Hurricane episode. That's fucking terrible, you know? That's what showing them the 2014. The 2014, TMNT is the exact same as the Hurricane episode from Family Guy. That's the same level of ability. There's the only two scenes in that movie is everybody loves the elevator scene. Yeah, it's a really fun scene where, you know, Mikey starts hitting his chucks together and they start doing this and doing that and then, you know, and stuff like that. That's fun. But honestly, that's like 5 seconds. Well, it's not 5 seconds, but it's very short. So it's not even enough to redeem the whole movie for me. And neither does this other scene. However, I really admittedly love. You know, I trash on that first movie. I do own it, but I trash on that first movie. But I love the pizza scene. I can't help it. Man, off the rails much, right? Anyways, when they go out and they get caught and stuff like that, and they're trying to hide it from Master Splinter. They have Master Splinter has them do like some crazy ninja techniques. I'm pretty sure Donnie is balancing on a board on a ball while ping-ponging. Is that a word? I don't know. Hitting a ball back and forth with ping pong paddles all at once. I don't even remember what the other ones are doing. But Mikey is balancing on something. I can't remember what he's upside down balancing, right? And Splinter comes out with the 99 cheese pizza. And he just starts listing. He's like, "Shall I list the ingredients for you?" And he starts listing the ingredients. And Mikey's like losing his mind. That one scene, if you could take this scene out and put it into the next one, which I'll get into, that would be a perfect movie, because I love that scene, bro. It is the only good scene. Yes, the elevator thing is good, but that's like 25 seconds probably. The only good scene in the 2014 TMNT, I'm serious, I'm dead serious, throw the whole movie out besides that one scene, is the pizza scene. I love it. Out of the Shadows, though. I love Out of the Shadows. Is it perfect? No. No. You know, no. That's supposed to be my Ben impression, you know? No. Anyways, it's not perfect. Nowhere near it. But do I enjoy it? Yes. And it feels genuine. It feels like the team that made the first TMNT, like 2014, were fired, taken out back in Old Yellard. It feels like that. And that the team that worked on Out of the Shadows, it's fun, bro. It is a fun movie. It's a fun watch. I actually showed it to my uncle. I was like, this is great. And it convinced him. He was like, yeah, this is awesome. This fucks. He didn't say this fucks, but, Anyways, no, it's fun and it fully leans into it. Was Krang a little underutilized? Yeah. He's kind of just there, shows up here, and then shows up at the end. Shredder kind of gets punked, Like I said, it's not perfect, but I mean, Shredder got punked in the second movie of the 90s ones, and nobody seems to hate on that much. I mean, he constantly is getting, like, pushed over by, Rosar? No. Fake fan? I know. I can't remember the two mutants that aren't Bebop and Rocksteady, okay? They're the other mutants, for some reason, because they didn't want to use Bebop and Rocksteady? I don't know, bro. But the tortoise and the wolf guy is constantly making a joke out of Shredder. And nobody complained then, but, Out of the Shadows, has Shredder gets frozen in a box, and everybody wants to make a big deal about it. I'm just saying. And Bebop and Rocksteady, bro, I fucking love them. I love Bebop and Rocksteady. In that movie specifically, like in Out of the Shadows. In general, I like them too. Really different interpretation, but I like the 2012 one. That's really different from like the other ones, but I just like it. Anyways, Out of the Shadows though, that movie is great to Bebop and Rocksteady. They are so much fun, Bebop. And, I love them, and, they're great before they become mutantized, and they're great after they become mutantized, and it's so much fun, and, war, what is it good for? And I love the scene when they're in the plane, and Rocksteady, like, completely destroys the back half of the plane, and Bebop just looks back at him, and is like, dude! And Rocksteady's like, that's my bad. I got carried away. I love it, That's just like, that's good shit, man. He's just like, that's my bad. I got carried away. And then they're fighting. I love how stupid they are, I don't know. If that movie just felt like, and it's got Baxter Stockman, and he's Tyler Perry, and I'm just saying, it's a good movie. It's a feel-good movie. It's a good time. Does it handle everything right? No, but it feels genuine. The first movie, I don't know if it was the same team between 2014 and 2016, but the first movie felt like corporate mandated, make it this way, make it that way, And then when the first movie did do well enough for a sequel, but the fan reception was so bad that I kind of feel like, here's my headcanon, here's my theory, right? I kind of feel like the Michael Bay's team and stuff like that didn't care. They were like, make the second movie, we're not going to focus on you that much, do whatever you want, it's a fail anyways, blah, blah, blah. And then the only reason Out of the Shadows didn't do well is because 2014 was just so bad. Because I don't blame you if you didn't watch it. You know what I mean? Like, I only went to watch Out of the Shadows because I'm a big TMNT fan. I love TMNT. But if you're not a big TMNT fan and you watch that 2014 movie, I don't blame you for not watching the sequel. Okay, you get a pass, bro. The opposite happened to Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim was fucking amazing, phenomenal. Jeez, there is fur flowing all through my hair, and it's your fucking fault. Pointing at my cat. She's over there. She's slightly off frame. Anyways, Pacific Rim is amazing. That movie rocks, dude. That movie fucks. And then, it did do goodwill and stuff like that, but it also came out the same year as those other things. And Grown Ups 1 or Grown Ups 2? I think it was Grown Ups 1. And it came out the same week as Grown Ups 1, whereas Grown Ups 1 came out, I want to say, like on a Tuesday. Pacific Rim came out on a Friday, and most people will only see one movie a week, which is also understandable. So, grown-ups, fuck you, Adam Sandler. It's your fault. No, I love Adam Sandler. He's great. You gotta be you gotta be you, you gotta be you. Anyways. But Adam Sandler killed Pacific Rim, bro. And then it took forever for the sequel to come out. And the sequel, that was bad. It was bad. It was so fucking bad. That's one of those movies where I wouldn't show it to someone. Like, I'm not I'm a completionist, sure. But I just stopped buying those DC movies at a certain point. I still don't own Pacific Rim Uprising, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I am perfectly fine just never owning that movie. Again, I do have that 1%, like a corrupted brain stem in the back that's like telling me, devil on my shoulder, maybe it's not that bad. But no, I'm remembering scenes and I'm like, no, it is that bad. I don't need to go back and watch it. I'm always right, when it comes to my personal assessment. Because I talk all this game about how, oh, you should give movies another chance, and maybe, you watched it the first time and you just weren't in the right mindset, which I do believe in. But every time I've gone back and gave a movie a second watch, second mindset, second opportunity, every single time I've done that, I've gone, I was right. So I'm not going to watch Pacific Rim Uprising. I don't feel like I need to. I've only ever watched it once. It was that one theater viewing and never again. I've never gone back, Not, oh, it's on TV, I've never rented it, I've never bought it, nothing. And yeah, so Pacific Rim Uprising is the most disappointing film I've ever watched. The biggest letdown of a film I've ever watched. Other bigger, sure, I'm sure this movie affected you more, or that movie affected you more. What are your stories? Let me know, Right now I'm just looking at my RoboCop figure over there, and I know for a lot of people, the 2014 RoboCop, a lot came out that year, jeez. Anyways, I know for a lot of people, the 2014 RoboCop was that movie for them, that huge disappointment, that huge letdown, But I don't know. That was that was mine. No, that wasn't mine. Sorry. Pacific Rim Uprising was mine. It is just the biggest letdown of a movie I've ever seen. And just to come, like I said, like Pacific Rim came out swinging, man. And it's like a boxer, they came out swinging. Their first match was a fucking total knockout. And then the second match they shat themselves, Pacific Rim Uprising shit itself on the mat, like, ding ding, got knocked out, like, in one punch, and then shit its pants, shorts. That was Pacific Rim Uprising. It's a shit your pants movie. Anyways, I've been Scavenger Reviews. Like, comment, subscribe, hype me up, and let me know what your biggest disappointments were.